Welcome, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go over the southeast corner of the map, which is the one right over here, next to the little canyon, which is a really good amp for flexing. We're gonna have this is the pathing we're gonna go for. We're gonna start with the south. Basically, they're gonna come down this little pathing right here. We're gonna go five tiles out. Uh, Usually they spawn right here, about the 3 tiles out, so they'll probably destroy those anyway. And they should drop off here, and a couple of smashers and stuff we're gonna have to kill that come through that way. They go around sometimes and also through the tunnel, but we should kill them with our Smashificator 5000 traps. We're just gonna do a basic flooring, all metal, and don't forget to upgrade this, all this, eventually, which only costs a little bit of metal. We're gonna add a couple walls, just fill in the walls here because we're gonna add traps. A little half wall here for a wall, electric dynamo 5000s, and then we're gonna block off the one square before the ramp, and we're also gonna block off this ramp with just the standard block off cones for ramps, because we don't need the, and this will stop the enemies from coming up this way, like I said. Now don't forget to have these blocked off over here on the west, with the west amp. There's little crucial spots that need blocked off. If you don't have those blocked off, they'll go that way. And most of this is their spawn point right here. They'll spawn right next to the edge of there, back there on that cliff. And we want them to run toward this tunnel, and most of them will come toward this, to where we want them to. We're gonna have to block off this back hill right here with the regular metal cone block off, which will deter the enemies from walking that way. And so yeah, and it should look something like that right there. Now we're gonna add some walls here and there. Sometimes the assassin husks, they're really quick, and somehow I don't know, they're like little ninjas that they make it all the way back here to there sometimes. We're gonna put a top 2 tiles off the ground from our box base there, and to the edge of the drop off, to the edge of that field right there. And we're just gonna block it off like this. And put 2 tiles on the top, just to keep enemies, if they do get up there, which they won't. And for the flooring for this, we're just gonna go a little crazy, because basically we can add more electric ceiling electric fields if we want, because after the 5th stun on a drop trap, the wheels apparently stop rolling toward them, so that's fun. But and this build's after the update, so and we'll have tested it plenty before, so it should. Yeah, we're just gonna we can block off the corners here if we want. they're gonna come toward this tunnel right here anyway, and they're gonna fall. We're gonna add we'll just call this the Smashificator Zappertron 5000 to this tunnel, and we're gonna have to have walls lining this real close to the ground, just for the maximum thing, like that. Just zigzag it all the way to the bottom. Madness. Right here is for a defender, in case I want to add a defender later on during the battle, which I do not away from keyboard a lot during endurance. Sometimes, lately, then yeah. Okay, moving on. Uh, Moving on to, what is this? A little lag. Alright, Groot. Did you just give me lag? Is Groot giving me lag? Hey, little Groot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not Groot. He's still hanging in there. Alright, we're gonna add a block off right here on this little cove right before the drop off to it's gonna be like we're gonna have like a little kill tunnel for smashers down there, so we're gonna have to have a block off before there, because we don't want them zigzagging through there, but sometimes yeah, if we don't have a block off right here, they'll just go where we don't want them to, so we're just gonna put a standard cones facing like this, and just box them in like a so. Yeah, just and if you want, you can change the flooring to a little extra. It's not always necessary. We're gonna add a square, basically a square block off, to just two more right here. And oh, no, what did I do? Oh, I'm stuck. No, not stuck. There we go. Yep, I'm a noob. Don't worry about it. Okay, just yeah, four corners right there before our tunnel, because we want them to come through this tunnel, basically. And we can fill in the walls here to prevent the slingers if they from slinging in this tunnel right here. So yeah, so like that. And, just took a good look, and this side right here is they'll spawn further on, like basically right there, and those tiles I just placed won't even matter, because it's gonna probably be destroyed when they spawn. So, and just make sure you have the block off here with the cone, extra cone. That'll keep it looking nice, so you don't have to build it twice after another update that messes everything up. And you know what I'm saying. I'm probably gonna do have to fix my other ones next if a certain person doesn't have a fixie fix. Alright, we're gonna start with the slinger wall. It's gonna be even with this hill right there, coming up to our to the roof of our box, basically, like that, to just to the top of there, and just cover this up like so. And then we just fill this in. It'll prevent any slinger whatsoever from wanting to sling out there, because we don't want no slingers there. So yeah, And yeah, that's a beauty right there. And don't forget to upgrade all that right there. You know, it's not necessary, but if you don't, you might have like a window into the enemies like this, which I don't know what kind of glitch that right there was. Yeah, see-through panels. It's a new one. Alright, we're gonna add a wall here, and we're gonna block off this other hill right before. This is the little hill right before the amplifier. Now we're gonna set a pathing for the amplifier. We're just gonna build after the update. I just you never know, so I'm just gonna fill in. I'm just gonna fill this in, probably, yeah, like this. Just the basic. Keep off my amplifier surrounded middle like that. Just surround your amplifier if you want. I'll finish the rest later. So just we're gonna have a couple traps at the end of this for any enemies that make it through the 5 stuns and the damage that we have on that we're gonna add to the edge of the tunnel. So, plus smashers. We're gonna have to kill smashers at the roughly about right here. It's smashers. So we're gonna add a couple damage traps to kill smashers down here. If we're not away from keyboard, we're gonna have to have a way to kill the smashers. So we'll just use our basic smasher traps down here. So now we're gonna start with the ceiling drop traps, which you're only gonna need about 70 of them this time. No, I'm just kidding. About 25 or 15 ceiling drop traps with reload 2 and durability 3 is what I'm using this time. It does the job. You can have crit or whatever your favorite kind of ceiling drop trap is. It's only going to stun them 5 times, and the smasher's always going to be annoying now, just a little bit more. Not that I'm complaining, it was a pretty good update. So, yeah. And this is our spawn point, so we're just going to add ceiling drop tire rollers along here and face the muffler like that, so when the tires roll out it pushes them that direction. It'll push them toward the south when we place them like that. So we're gonna add a little damage at the end of this right here, because by the time they get here they should be completely unstunned or whatever. Who knows? Updates, right? Again, we're gonna add a floor thing for assassins. Sometimes an assassin, those little boogers are quick. They'll run through there and you'll still be able to stun them. You know, we're just going to push them into this corner little box. We're also going to have yeah, I am completely prepared for this floor sparks. No, okay, like that. and this if you don't know, wooden floors still do 5. Still do more than 5, so they'll still be slow, but they'll always take damage. They're gonna die eventually from the wooden floor spike. even if it's like a low level, if they're just standing on it for like 2 minutes, something's gonna die, even if it's like a low level one with no damage. So we're just gonna use as much damage as possible. This is a damage flex build. Now we're gonna. I have 144 wall dynamos, but with the crit and all that, the little with some dirt like that. But you can use uh, any ones you have. We're gonna place them here along the tunnel. Smashers, uh, smashers, smashers are gonna come through this tunnel, and we're just gonna need a way to kill them. And these wall dynamos are gonna do that little zappy zap, a little zappy zap to them, and they're just gonna zap them. It's gonna kill them. And on a higher wave, it's really gonna help because smashers won't get through if we have enough damage right there, especially with that kind of tunnels. We're gonna add basically any ceiling thing you have right on the edge of this tunnel can have a electric ceiling zapper on it like that, or whatever. Like this, and let's see, we can add, yeah, because we're gonna need to kill the smashers. You can add wooden, you can add darts or broadsides. I'm gonna add broads to there just because that's what I have right now, actually. And they work decent enough, and I'm sure they're broken. I don't even know if they're still broken. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm sure they fixed it. So, and this is the stats on the broadsides that I'm using. Yeah, right there. And just a little crisscrossy thing there. And that'll definitely kill a smasher or 50. Because there is a wave where it seems like there's 50 or 100 smashers coming through there, and your amplifier's fine because the smashers, believe it or not, the smashers don't take damage, or they won't damage the amp. But the little enemies behind the smashers is what gives the damage to your amp, if you didn't notice. So we're just gonna add a little extra damage to. This is our spawn. This is our spawn killificator tunnel right here, basically. And we're just gonna add a whole bunch of ceiling drop traps here and there, and just you can just add them all the way over to here if you want, like that. And this works great after the update. It still damages them, I believe, even after the 5th things, if they do. So they do take a little bit of damage, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure it seems like they're still dying pretty easily. They're just not stunning them as much. And you can even add a couple ceiling electrics here and there, because it has a 3 zap range on it too, and these have a 3 range. So with it off the ground like that, it zaps them if they fall. As soon as they get next to this tunnel and they start falling into it, they'll get zapped by the ceiling electrics here. So we'll just add them like that. And I'm using 144, just the basics, yeah, like that. And when they fall down here, they'll die. It's usually a smasher. We're gonna add our wall dynamos to our little half wall here. and we're gonna add a little. This is just a basic kill tunnel. We can add broadsides or whatever. I'm gonna add a couple wooden floor launchers just in case some of the enemies that make it through here do have a fifth or a fourth or a third yeet on them. We'll just yeet them back into our kill pit here. And there is a propane wave, and unfortunately I'm not 100. Whatever. Sound walls used to be fun back in so some we'll just add for some reason like a husky propane might come through here. We'll just add a sound wall here, and even with our hill right there. So, and but most of the enemies come they'll go through our tunnel over here though, and most of them will die all the way through here. And we'll just throw one sound wall up there just in case a propane does make it through, and you just happen to be down here because you like to watch it, and yeah, just do that. Now we're gonna add some stuff for the smashers, just the basic trap here and there for a smasher kill. You can add whatever you want for flooring to kill your smasher, but I like to use spikes because it spikes them right where the sun don't shine, and it tells the smasher where to go, where I want them. Don't know where that joke was going, but it was bad. You're welcome. Moving on. The flooring here, smashers will always charge the wall once they get down here to the amp. Any wall 3, they'll want to destroy any wall within 3 tiles of the amplifier, and they'll want to charge this one wall right there temporarily, but they usually die. So you can add a hill or whatnot to that, or a wall dynamo, and hopefully the spiky spike will spike them when they come through. Now we're just going to add basic to our tiles off the ground here is tiles like that. Just block it in. We should add some low zappy zap smash up 5,000s to here, and we're gonna go ahead and cone off these little corners because it looks cooler, and we have all kinds of structures to build cool stuff like giant skulls. Moving on. We're gonna add some more traps to the low, just to zap a smasher that makes it through the amp there. They'll smash and charge through those to those walls right here on the side. Feel free to add traps here and there. Once we're done, and you know exactly how many structures you have, you can go flexi-flex and build extra traps or a material grinder or whatnot, and it's not necessary though. But everyone likes a material grinder, right? I have mine on stone wood, but it's just the basic material grinders, because we're gonna add traps right along here to slow them down if they fall in this pit. we're just gonna want it to slow them down, so we're just gonna add wooden floors here, and a couple spikes here, just whatever floats your fancy on damage on those squares right there. We could add wall dynamos to the walls, or uh, wooden broadsides for cool ricochet action. We're just couple. We'll just put a couple freezes right at the edge of this tunnel. That way, it'll stun a couple of the assassin husks will drop down. We don't want them running through our freaking box there as little assassin speed demons, I swear. So we'll just zap them right there. And then when they fall down, they'll just, yeah. And that's, and feel free to add a couple traps to this temporarily if you want. Most of the enemies won't even make it that far, but it always helps, every little trap. But that's pretty much it. You can add a wall dynamo here and there and just knock yourself out. It's not like Fortnite's gonna update it or nothing and mess it up. Hope y'all have a wonderful day and see y'all tomorrow.